That was Hometown Kid off of Hoodie Allen's brand new album, Whatever USA, that drops in just a few hours right now. And I'm very stoked. For the first time ever, we are on camera together.
Hey, man. What is up? I'm here. I'm live.
He's live. He's doing it.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you?
I'm good, man. For people watching this, I'm wearing sunglasses because I feel hungover, although I'm not hungover. But otherwise, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You ghosted me last night after I texted you to come out. Just going to put that on record.
Oh, my God. No, that's not what happened. I would have went out and done any social hang with you, but I didn't.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
whatever. But I'm very stoked right now because you are dropping your album, Whatever USA, and this might be my favorite Hoodie album to date.
You are gassing me up, but I will accept it. Thanks, man.
So just like listening through it, no problem. Listening through it, it gave me like vibes from obviously older Hoodie stuff, in particular Happy Camper, mixed with like a 90s hip hop vibe, which I really dug.
Yeah, I that's really interesting to hear. I feel like that makes sense, especially on a couple of the tracks for sure. But I'd love to dive into that.
Yeah. So just like going through the record now, your last album, The Hype, that dropped in 2017, you had songs like Sushi, which was a little more upbeat, and in my opinion, one of the only more upbeat songs on it. And the rest were like kind of groovy.
Yeah. I guess that is true. This definitely doesn't feel like The Hype Part 2 for sure.
Yeah, so this one, I feel like you took the best elements of Groovy Hoodie and Hype Hoodie, put them together.
Thanks, man. I'll take it. Go stream it now. Great endorsement.
Interview over.
Interview over. All right, we did our thing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely feel like I was coming from a place like where I felt like this was a maturation process actually from All American, in a sense. You know, that at least there's the crossover of the name from All American to Whatever USA. It's just kind of like the 7 years later, where are we now? But I always feel like I try to stay true to myself sonically. Like, I don't think you're ever going to hear a song and be like, oh, that's following like a trend, you know? Like, it's always going to be raps, little references, witty stuff, trying to make catchy choruses, like, you know, the formula.
Yeah, the Hoodie formula.
The Hoodie formula.
I love it. And then the album just starts off super strong with the title track, Whatever USA. And apparently you got a girl all over the place.
According to this, so don't tell my girlfriend that, but yes. according to this song, yeah. No, you know, there's a Kanye West Slum Village song that really inspired me. Like, I wanted to tap into some of my favorite hip hop, which is like college dropout, graduation, like old Lupe Fiasco, like that sort of sample-y based, like upbeat kind of tongue-in-cheek hip-hop stuff. And that's definitely where I was coming from on the title track for this. And I think the idea of the album in general with Whatever USA, I thought this is a great opportunity to kind of shout out these small, whatever, you don't know, off the map towns and college towns and stuff like that I've sort of lived so much of my life in from touring the last couple of years.
For sure. And you say you're from the city, but you're from a small town.
It's true.
Yes.
Got to shout out Long Island as well.
Exactly, in my hometown.
Yeah,
which
mine
is
too.
also my hometown. And the song My Hometown.
Yeah, it's all of the above.
Yeah. So another cool thing is you said First Team Bitch.
Yeah.
I was a very big fan of that when you dropped that.
On the Gianni and Kyle track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60 seconds.
It's true. I think that's like another example of just like, if you know, sort of thing, you know, like put something in there for the fans who are like, oh, you did that. Okay, cool. So little ad libs and stuff like that.
For sure. And something that you have never failed to do is have incredible features on your album. You got Spencer Sutherland on here, Gianni and Kyle, Christian French, and I think that might be it.
That's it. I guess in terms of the features, I also worked with Nick Anderson from the Rex on the track You Should Let Me Know. So he produced that one, and we wrote it together. But then,
you worked with Andrew Goldstein as well, I believe?
I worked with Andrew Goldstein on Hell of a Time, who I've collaborated with before. He's awesome. Yeah, so a lot of it is people I've worked with before, and then people who I'm friends with who I've wanted to make a song with, like Christian and like Spencer. So it's great to do that. And like, as you know, they're now going to blow up because I've done something with them, and that's what happens. now they're going to become way, way, way bigger than everyone.
The Hoodie Allen effect. You open for Hoodie or do a feature, you are destined for success.
It's true.
Just ask Gianni and Kyle right
I think my batting average is like that's like 66% true. Like that could actually happen to you. Like if you go on tour with me or you're on a song, it's like, oh no, don't worry. You're like, it won't help me. Like my career will just be the same either way, but like you're gonna do well.
The first
you
rapper,
have good karma.
First rapper in history not to take percentages from his openers when they go on and succeed.
Dude, maybe I'm messing up. Should I start doing that?
You got the
How much percentage can I get?
I don't know. I don't know how that side of things works.
All right, but I'll talk to a business person.
Yes. So with this album now, coming off the hype and then just going throughout the years, you've always stayed true to never putting out the same album twice, which is very admirable. And you've also never put out an album on a label.
Yeah.
So three things. Always incredible features.
Thanks, man.
Always independent. And never putting out the same album twice. And I guess number 4 is always putting out good songs on the album as well.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
So talk about some challenges you might have had because you've been at this for a minute.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see you've been able to like maintain a fan base and even gain new fans every time you drop a new record or something.
That part is crazy. I think that's the biggest challenge, not in the sense where you have to be so actively thinking about it, but it's always like you want to get more people just aware and checking your stuff out, which is a little bit harder without the label situation, just because it is such a one-man team. But I've always been committed to the grind in that sense. Like if you message me on Instagram, like you're probably going to get a reply, like you're probably going to get an interaction in some sort of way. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I've built something where people have stuck around for a while, because they know that there's like a person behind the songs, where it's not just like, oh, I like this song. Like it allows them to kind of get to know me and us to have a two-way relationship.
Definitely. And something really cool you did, kind of just talk about the past, you did the Hanging with Hoodie tour where every ticket came with a meet and greet. You had like a little carnival at the beginning.
Yeah, that was fun.
And it's like no other artist really does something like that where they really include the fans to that extent. And it just shows what kind of worker and person you are, an artist. And I think that was something that a lot of fans loved. And you just played all the hits everyone wanted to hear.
Yeah, that was a really great tour. I mean, the truth of the matter is I think that's always my mentality, no matter the size of the room. Like the goal is to try to meet everybody and give people like an experience that they can't usually get elsewhere, or maybe they don't expect. Like there's nothing better than someone who, because we even had this coming into the Hanging with Hoodie tour where, yeah, it's advertised as everyone gets a meet and greet, but there's always going to be a certain percentage of people who have no idea what the hell is going on regardless. You know what I'm saying? So like they walk in and they're like, what, why am I walking into this booth? I'm meeting you right now. So it's just like all these things they're really fun moments. It's like, yeah, we're meeting. You want to get a picture? All right, let's do this. Enjoy the show. And they were like, dude, what the hell? I didn't know that this was coming with it. So I like surprising people in that sense.
Definitely. And you had your carnies with you the whole entire time, Mr. Jimmy K, Nikki C, and Mr. Alex Mark Howard himself.
Yeah. My band was there. I play with a live band, and they're really great because they are so also involved with the fans, and it's not just like they're just like hanging out in the background. Like they get involved. They're hanging out, mingling with people, and helping just make everyone's experience better. Yes, and it was a lot of fun. I got to do the hanging part, I think twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I did it at House of Blues and I did it at LA.
Yeah, those are fun ones.
Yeah, and now you said something to me upstairs off camera, which I thought was very funny, even though I knew this for a fact already.
What was that?
When you were looking at the Neck Deep Pizza Box, I was like, yeah, they have an album called The Peace and the Panic. And you're like, yeah, I know, dude, I'm pop punk.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit, because this is a pop punk radio station.
For sure.
And it is like more so pop punk driven show in a way. So talk about like incorporating genres like that. Like your last album, you had a song with State Champs, which is so sick.
I think that's probably the most incorporating genre I can do, which is actually to cross collaborate with a band that I'm friends with, that I'm a fan of, and find a way to make a song that I think was generally received pretty positively. Like I think I'm part of a group on Facebook. If I'm messing up the name wrong, like you definitely are part of it. It's like the Pop Punk is Not Dead group.
Yep.
That's a thing, right?
Or Defend Pop Punk.
No, Defend Pop Punk. That's what it is. Yeah. That's the one. And I'm part of that on Facebook. Not that I use Facebook really, but that's like the one thing I always see in my timeline. And I remember seeing it I think I saw it get posted in there, and I was like, I'm going to lurk in the comments on this, like, and just see. And people were like, oh, yeah, this isn't bad. Better than I thought. I was like, all right, cool. I got the very tough criticism of this community passed. That means it's a good song. And yeah, no, like growing up in Long Island, it means there's so many bands that originated a lot of this sound from where I live. So it was impossible not to be influenced by it and to see it and to even think about it from a marketing perspective. So yeah, shout out to Envy on the Coast. Because why not?
Yes, that is something I like to do at least 3 times an episode to fill my quota. So the first time I actually saw you was a pop punk show.
Where was that?
St. Pius.
That does not count as a pop punk show, dude.
That was a pop punk show?
Yeah, that was actually my first concert I think I ever played.
Wait, really?
Or like one of them in life.
Holy shit.
That doesn't really count as a concert though, but it was like a festival outside of a church.
Yes, and it was like less than the Ernie Ball stage.
Yeah.
And it rained. Mm-hmm. And it was 10 years ago, a few days ago, actually.
Jesus, we are old.
Yes, we are old now.
Damn.
But awesome. So how'd you incorporate the more pop punk stuff on this EP? Because I do hear more like pop punky type melodies in a way, and even some instrumental parts where I was like, yeah, this
on this record?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't on this record.
Really?
Yeah, I feel
maybe I heard the live aspect of it. I'm like, oh, this is what it's going to sound like live.
Absolutely. No, I think that's something that I often have like a song that feels like it very much leans into it. Like on the last record, it'd be All My Friends with State Champs. On People Keep Talking, it would be something like Act My Age. Here, I felt like I didn't, like, not that would ever be forced, but I feel like I didn't do something where I was trying to like, be like, hey, fans of this specifically, you should like this one song the most. Like, I think I just made the songs that were most natural to me. So it's very cool to hear that you think that regardless of that, there's still these melodies and instrumental aspects that just reminded you of sort of that world.
Yeah, and you're probably the artist I've seen the most times live at this point. It's like between you
and
you and the Maine are up there.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad two to have.
No, I love the Maine so much. Like so much about what they stand for and represent with their fans. Like I basically feel like we are very similar mindset with that.
Definitely. And just came into my head. You watched the Maine at Warped Tour on Long Island last year with my mom and my sister and Tom Falcone.
That was amazing. That was the first time I had seen them live. That was so cool.
So good. So I forgot where I was going with this. Tour.
Yeah.
You have a tour with Jake Miller coming up. It kicks off on September 16th, I believe.
I think September 19th, but in Columbus, Ohio. So whatever the Columbus, Ohio date is, the first show.
Yes. And then you're doing the whole entire country.
Yeah, 22 shows, starting in Columbus, ending in Boston, which isn't my hometown, but like Boston shows a lot of love, so shout out to Boston. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm bringing Jake, who I've known for a really long time, and playing with the live band, and I definitely have a couple of tricks up my sleeve in terms of the set and what the staging is gonna look like and stuff. So if you're there, you're gonna be in for a treat.
Hell yeah. And the live show is always incredible. Watch out, you might get hit in the face with a cake.
Yeah, definitely don't wear something that you love, because there might be flying cake during the show, and there might be me rafting on top of you in crowd surfing in a raft. So there's a lot of stuff to watch out for at a Hoodie Allen show. And
the frosting lubes up the glide on the.
It does.
Yeah.
That's the inside secret. I didn't know you were going to give that away on your show, but okay. Now that everybody knows it,
you told the press. What'd you expect?
Yeah, fake news, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's real news. So, what's next for you? Because you never seem to do the same cycle. Never seem to do the same thing over and over again. There's always something new that you do, and you just pull something out of left field. So what's something you give away that you're up to next? Because I can't wait to see it, because you don't tell me anything. I have to find out via email.
I'm really, well, I kind of feel like I need to see how people respond to this album now that it's out, and just get a sense of, like, I'd love to do more touring on it. Like, I don't think that these shows are the end, so I'll be coming to Europe and I'll be doing another run of US shows. But you're right, on a musical standpoint, I don't want to sit around for too long. Mm-hmm. maybe there's like another acoustic project in the works potentially. Maybe there's a couple cool collaborations that I can't talk about that I've made that would be really cool for them to be released. So there's definitely stuff that is good and coming. But until that time, hope you stream Whatever USA for more than a day.
I will be streaming it for at least
a week.
2 to 3 weeks.
There you go. I'll take it.
Until the tour.
In nowadays time span, that is actually like an insane amount of time to listen to something.
Exactly.
But that's a whole different world.
So we can't say how people are responding to the record because it comes out in a few
3
hours.
hours. Yeah, of course.
But congratulations on the new record. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the tour with Jake. I can't wait to come out to that.
I'll see you at the El Rey.
Yes, I think my date of the show is like September 30th or something.
Either that or October 1st. Something very close to that, yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Love seeing you live. Love seeing Jake live. Love the Jake crew.
I know. I saw you at Jake's show, didn't I?
Yes,
like
at the El Rey.
6 months ago. Yeah.
It was me, you, Gianni, Kyle, Abby. I feel like there was a couple other people there.
It was a big
Goldstein.
crew. Yeah. Goldstein, yeah. It was everyone.
It was a whole kip and caboodle. It was
little did
USA.
little did you know that we were there at the show with a bunch of people who I was about to collaborate with. So
I love that. You haven't collaborated. Well, I guess you did collaborate with me just now.
This is a live collaboration in process. How's it going?
It's going great, I think. I hope. But awesome. Hoodie, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Everyone keep up with Hoodie. It's Hoodie Allen on everything. And yeah, that's the interview.
Thank you, Fish. You're the man.
Thank you so much, Hoodie. And I was selfish enough to pick my favorite song off Whatever USA.
What's your favorite song?
It was Hometown Kid.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Right now, that was the first song I played. So what song should we take everyone out with?
Dude, I don't know. Let's give them my girlfriend's favorite song, just to be different and to not give them a single. So this one is called I Don't Know Why.